You don't really need to be knocked out playing, and have a concussion.
He's a neurosurgeon who knows all about the dangers of concussions. It's a hot topic, especially among football players. And as we learned more about the long-term effects of concussions, we wondered why a local district is adding tackle football for 5th and 6th graders and the precautions it's taking. That's the subject of my special report.
Go, baby, let's go, let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Well, no one had to tell these elementary school kids at Arthur Eddy to warm up for football practice.
Ready? Yeah. 1, 2.
They just took to the gridiron, pumped up.
5, 6, 7, 8.
These little footballers are playing in the Saginaw School District's first ever tackle football program for 5th and 6th graders. The Saginaw School Board Vice President fought hard for this.
Running back and quarterback.
He says the reason is bigger than football.
You use athletics to build on other things. It's team building, it's relationship building, conflict resolution, leadership qualities, how to work amongst others.
Thompson says when the younger kids learn all of this, the better equipped they are.
If I can reach you through sports, then I can help you excel at academics or other things. Sometimes sports is just that common denominator that helps you reach a kid.
Now, getting tackle football up and running in Saginaw for 5th and 6th graders hasn't come easy. Thompson's gotten flack from some parents concerned about the risk of concussions to younger players. But he says the district put safeguards in place to minimize those risks.
We have the top-of-the-line equipment. We have MMR at every game. We're doing pre-screening for concussions before the season starts. So if a kid has a concussion, he will not be allowed to finish that game. He will not re-enter that game.
Coach Michael Colbert says those safeguards start before the kids even put their cleats on the field.
St. Mary's that will come over and actually do like a CAT scan on each player. So they'll know what the brain image looks like before, and if a player have a concussion, then see what what the effects of the concussion.
Dr. Frank Schinko, director of neurosurgery at Covenant Hospital, says knowing the symptoms of a concussion is key. A lot of people mistakenly think the only way to get a concussion is from being knocked out.
You don't really need to be knocked out playing, and have a concussion. You can be dazed, you can be just disoriented or some nausea, a little dizzy, and still have a concussion.
Youth football coaches that I talk with, they tell me that education and awareness have actually made the game safer. Kids as young as 8 who are only in the 3rd grade play tackle football in the Midland Area Youth Football League.
You start working on any skill, and tackling and blocking and running a football is a skill, and doing it in a way where you're keeping your head out of the game is going to help them get better at doing that right skill in terms of avoiding concussions and head injuries.
That's why Amy Brandt let her son Maxwell, number 9, start playing tackle football in the 3rd grade with Mayfield, even though Amy still worries about him on the field.
Every time he plays, but that's just the mom in me.
But his game keeps on getting better.
Every year he gets stronger and understands the game much more than he did previously.
Now, most kids have a favorite sport, and with any sport, like football, comes risks. Now, recent but small studies show that people who played football before the age of 12 had an earlier onset of cognitive symptoms, but an average of 20 years. The players in the Saginaw School District will hit the field for the first time in their first game on Saturday. You can find out more about the Midland Area Youth Football League in the Hot Link section of WNEM.com.